and then 4th and 10 right here on Spreaker, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, wherever you're listening. Hopefully you're live with us right here on YouTube Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. every Wednesday around 9. You can catch us live. You can see all of our faces. Be sure to subscribe. Hit the like button. Give us a thumbs up because we have to have those. We have to have those.
It supports us.
We would like support.
Yeah.
If you hear us right, we would like your support.
Yeah.
Share, tell people.
Please.
Like, all that stuff.
How desperate do we get?
Are
you guys
sexual favors?
For likes?
Subscribes.
Guys, if you
we
subscribe,
have some class.
If you subscribe, then DM Dan.
Okay.
He obviously
I'm not the one on OnlyFans.
You were the one that is true. Go find Damon on OnlyFans.
Damon out in Mexico right now with his toes out, taking pictures.
Way out.
Taking pictures right now.
All the way out. Ugh. My name's Nathan Owens.
Sidebar. Have you seen his link? What's about to drop?
Yeah,
yes.
I started watching.
You saw it?
Yes. Oh my. I think his church is gonna pull him aside and be like, "Hey, bro, we gotta talk about some of this."
Yeah, we should talk about that on pre-show. I was like, "Holy moly!" It's like somebody doing a dirty Cosby. That's what it feels like.
I was watching
before we knew it.
I was watching. I was like, I don't know if this is for me.
You felt uncomfortable.
I felt very uncomfortable.
I did. I couldn't finish. I said, "Nah, man, I can't see my dog like this."
It's bizarre.
But check it out when it drops.
Check it out when it drops.
It's dropping soon.
It's like the Ripley's Believe It or Not book. Like I just kept looking there, going like, "Oh,
yeah.
Oh," but I gotta see what's next.
Yeah,
it's a new side of Damon that
it
you
is dirty Damon.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a side I avoided the whole entire time I lived with them. This was the
back.
side I was worried
we knew
about.
It was there.
I mean,
we all knew it was there.
Oh, we know, but now y'all gonna know, and that's fun.
My name's Nathan Owens. You can find me on Twitter at Nate Owens Comedy, Instagram, TikTok, Nathan Owens Comedy, or NathanOwensComedy.com. David produced with me.
What's up, everybody? Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at doordies at DUEORDIE.
Hey, we said Damon's in Mexico.
Well, that's where last time he said.
That's at least what he told us.
He's on a ship.
He's on a ship.
Yeah.
I saw Katoya this morning. He is actually on a ship.
Yes, he is on a ship.
But Dan Duncan's with us.
What's up, everybody? At Dan Dunk. Next cold plunging video. I've started getting DMs about when the next hot take.
Oh no, it's taking off.
If y'all want it so much, y'all edit them. I'm so sick of seeing Dan's nipples for like 45 minutes straight.
Yeah, boy, you're doing a great job with those.
Yeah, you're doing amazing.
I know. I think I did too good.
I am getting asked who is editing, so we need to start to like shout out the editor on it.
Yeah,
this guy.
You need like
because the punchlines are good. Like that's the thing, is that most people can edit.
Yeah,
but very few people have comedic timing in their edits, and you have that skill set. I'm encouraging you this morning.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Real quick, editors have drops like producers?
They should.
You know, like a producer's like such on the beat. You know what I mean? Before the
Zaytoven.
Yeah.
No, they don't. A lot of people just think that actors do everything. I'm not joking.
I know.
That is like people are just like, man, that movie was great, and they're like, yeah, someone wrote it and edited. They're like.
Shout out to Joel, our producer and also editor.
An editor, yes. Yeah.
With comedic timing.
With
comedic timing.
There's a few
editors get on that, man. Start making drops. What they gonna do? Tell y'all no? Y'all got all the power. Start doing drops.
So you want me to start doing that like at the start of
I will fully put a drop on every video.
Please have a drop.
Nathan Owens on the cap cut.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll show you. You got the little chibi faces of y'all.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to do like a transition where it's your face like twisting in and out. So for every transition. Yeah.
We're changing the game.
Yeah. Are we talking about sports today? Or,
I think so.
Or
set us up, man.
Dirty Damon.
Do we want to do no Dirty Damon? I don't feel comfortable.
We gave
talking
enough
about
of
Dirty
that.
Damon.
Yeah, you just wait, people.
I don't even feel comfortable giving him a platform on this show. If I'm being completely honest, we're a family show.
Sometimes.
All right. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk a little football. So the AFC, all the championships. I was about to say AFC championship happened. Yeah. They both did.
They both
AFC and NFC. We have our Super Bowl matchup. It is the opposite of
what everyone believed was going to happen.
Yeah.
Belief is such a, I wanted the Ravens.
We wanted everybody wanted Ravens Lions.
Yeah.
If you're
why did we want the Ravens?
I know why. It's the Batman line, right? You either die the hero or you live long enough to be the villain. Mahomes is lived long enough to be the villain.
Yeah.
Bro.
He was the hero. We loved it. And now it's like, man, this guy again.
He's Tiger Woods.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your Tiger Woods effect, where like people start cheering against you because you are so successful.
What's interesting about that though is like he is successful. I don't know. I don't want to take this on that this train, but he is super successful. And like normally, like with Tiger Woods, I didn't hear the people want to beat him because I'm black, so he was like win everything. But with Mahomes, who's also black, we're just like, all right, man. Like,
can I ask you a very racial question?
I already know what it is, but go for it.
What a start!
Yeah.
If Patrick Mahomes was married to Alicia Keys, would he have become the villain, or would he be like everyone's like superstar? Because I think
Dan's
his
do people hate him because of Britney?
I mean, yes, that is the question I'm asking.
Yeah. I think not just black people hate him because of Britney. I think people don't like her and his brother.
I do. Let me just say disclosure. I don't know them.
Yeah.
I don't like who Britney exudes in the public eye.
I think, yeah.
And also his brother. I'll be honest, the entire like Mahomes
camp.
Not entirely.
Hold on.
Love his dad.
No. His dad is my dad's on the same energy, bro.
And that's the thing is like the whole time he's just like, oh, this family's so annoying. This family's so annoying. Then afterwards, his dad's out there with a cigar,
smoking on that Lamar. I was like, yes, because his dad is every one of my uncles. His dad is that, so I love his dad.
Well, okay,
also former baseball player.
Yeah.
So you know he's got some wild stories.
Exactly.
I will say this: Patrick Mahomes has not changed. Since being the high school chip on my shoulder quarterback that went to Texas Tech and showed out, but no one paid attention.
Lost to Skylar Howard in West Virginia twice.
Okay. The point is this man is everything he was in high school. He is still with the girl who like doesn't turn anyone's head, is clearly punching above her weight class in the societal like circle she's running in. His dad hasn't changed. His brother clearly has no emotional intelligence to read the internet at this point in time.
Sure.
It is fascinating to watch him move in a way that like he is undisturbed by anyone's opinions.
Yeah.
It seems.
To answer your question,
kind of interesting.
One thing I learned in the last few years, I'm done talking about white women. Let me say that right. You guys get
so back to my question.
Yeah.
Back to my question.
Brittany Mahomes does not have the army that Taylor Swift does.
But so I don't know anymore.
Does she have? Does she have a sergeant?
No.
Like she doesn't.
Yes.
Is there one person?
Pat loves her,
I think
so she's cool with me.
Yeah, no, I think there's a ton of women who peaked in high school that are like, Brittany's the dream. Like, there's got to be so many people out there that are either nurses or elementary school teachers that are like, that's what I thought I was gonna be.
Well,
the problem is you hitched your wagon to Braden, okay?
Yeah.
Who had had the flippy hair in high school.
Yeah.
He wasn't going anywhere.
You're mad like you made it.
You gotta get the little light.
She should have chosen you.
All you young Britneys out there, you gotta get with the little mixed boy with the what you call? He got a mohawk thing happening with the mullet, the black mullet. Listen, man, that's some confidence right there. You see a little 14-year-old boy, black kid with a black mullet throwing the football around, man, you go give him a high five, ladies.
So Travis Kelce is not the villain.
No.
Patrick Mahomes is. So
Travis is kind of like, he's villainesque.
Oh, he wants to be the villain, but in actuality, like people are, it's endearing almost. Like he's the little brother. Like even so let's talk about this. This is actually on the run.
Yes.
Yeah.
The kicker for the Ravens.
Yes. Yeah. Tucker
is warming up. And Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes are just screwing with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the rules I had to go look up the rules because I'm like, why is he?
You looked up the rules?
Well, just because I was like,
research. Go ahead.
I was like, why is he there?
He's in his home state. Like he kicks there. He can kick there every day.
Yeah.
Right, but just go like I don't know.
Oh,
I guess
move.
I was
for
saying
the other team?
I don't know who was right. I don't know who was right. I don't know who was there first. So apparently, it's kind of up to interpretation, and it's just social things. Like most people will kick on the side that they're going to kick towards. So he was like, all right, I'm kicking towards the Chiefs.
So he was in the right there.
He was in the right, but it's like a social contract to like let the kicker warm up around you.
But also, I'm looking at it, I'm like, they could have just moved. It's not like they were throwing from a spot.
Yeah.
I want to say shame on the Ravens organization for sending a kicker out there by himself Where are the actual athletes to be out there to protect him? I'm watching Kelsey throw that thing, and he had to like, haha, that's fun, because he goes back to being the nerd that needed. Like, if you're the kicker on the football team,
he's a kicker and an opera singer. He doesn't stand a chance.
If
he sings opera,
yeah, he's very good.
Exactly, but in high school, right? If the kicker was good, nobody messed with him because the team was around. They're like, no, this our guy. Where were y'all at? Y'all let him down. So he was out there just being like, all right, Jason, please, can you put it back or whatever? And he was like, no, and kept throwing. He's like, man, all right, well, I'm trying to practice here. Get it out of here. And I'm sitting there like, yo, where's a backup linebacker? Anybody? Somebody help this kicker out. They're not supposed to be by themselves.
Yeah.
Where's the punter? Somebody. He was out there by himself.
The punter.
Something that he
I think he deserved everything he got. I think he deserved he knew he was stretching right there too.
Yeah.
Like if he had just walked up, having warmed up, having stretched, kicked a few balls, said let's go, like moving on.
Sure.
This doesn't happen. But he is sitting there like enjoying being in the aura of like no one knows who he is except for this moment.
Yeah.
He's.
I mean, if you have him on fantasy, he's good.
Yeah.
If you play fantasy football, solid.
Good kicker.
Yeah.
Nothing, but
yeah.
He no one knows his name, and so he's sitting there enjoying, seeing all the TV cameras, knowing that like this is gonna get picked up.
Interesting.
He picked the fight 100%, and I probably would have done the same thing.
Well,
but
I don't know if the question is who got there first. That's really
they were throwing and he was stretching, so I can guess.
But his stuff was there. His kick, whatever thing was there. So I'm thinking it's there, and
he was out there first.
He probably was out there first.
He was out there first, but he is on their side of the field.
It's my home field,
and they can't warm up on the other side. So he is.
They can just move to the left a little bit.
Look, it could have been handled a lot better.
Yeah.
But it was like
I wish they had fought.
Tucker knew he was instigating.
He should, yeah.
And Kelsey knew he was instigating.
I'd have threw that. What do you call that thing they put the football? I would have threw it at him. Once you threw I was like, I'm throwing it back at you. Let's fight.
I would have shanked the kick and like. And just kicked it straight into them. Be like, oh, I'm so sorry. We're just a little close.
Yeah, I don't know if it might be Justin Tucker. There's videos of kickers like amongst cheerleaders, like at halftime doing their routine, moving them aside to kick. So like,
gotta get ready.
Kickers don't care.
But kickers need bodyguards. They shouldn't be by themselves. That whole video made me upset.
Everyone hates kickers though. Even the teams that they're on hate them.
Yeah.
Because they come out to practice like probably for 45 minutes, do their thing, and then go back inside and like eat a Twinkie.
Chill. It's a perfect job, if I'm being honest.
I mean,
it's great.
For those that get there.
Yeah, there's only 32 of them or whatever.
The time that I remember thinking, I envy kickers.
Unless you're the Eagles kicker and they hate you.
Yeah.
Or the Lions kicker.
But when the Falcons were on Hard Knocks, and it's the first day of cuts.
Yeah.
And it's super dramatic, and everybody's all tense and everything. And Matt Bryant, who's the only kicker on the roster, is in the locker room drinking a beer with his feet kicked up. And just like, tough day, guys.
Boy, is it hot out there in Swanee.
He's like, it's a scary day for a lot of people. And I'm just like, oh, that must be nice.
Job security.
Not even the starters were as chill as the one kicker.
Yeah.
Of like, I know I'm good. At this point, he's like 40.
Yeah, he was old.
This is how you feel every day Libby chose you.
Oh, it's so nice. Just feet kicked up.
How y'all feel out there in the cold?
Are you like a kicker of the husband world?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would. Yeah. I would say I'm a kicker.
Okay.
I like because look, I can come through in the clutch.
Yeah.
I've come through a few times.
Dan is clearly a quarterback of the husband world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why he's like, I don't get you, man.
Yeah. Dan's like, I don't understand. I'm like, I got as many rings as you do.
Facts.
Facts.
Man,
I see no lie.
Yeah.
Go out and stretch your hammies, boys.
Yeah.
If you're an awkward guy, you go learn to be funny.
Yeah.
You go get a personality, and you play the long game.
There we go.
And
I want someone to take me to Ireland.
Yeah, you keep that hamstring loose. Because you never know when the quarterback doesn't get it done.
You have to do one thing to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
And you do that one thing, apparently, well enough.
Just through the
there you go. Good job.
Just good enough.
Good job.
Some margin for error in there and
hook it in.
Yeah.
Really?
Just hook it in. Wait, what?
That's like,
Is
you gotta
it?
put a little curve on it.
Is it?
Is that right?
It depends on the wind.
Okay.
You gotta make it gym faces into the camera.
I'm using elements if I need to.
All right. I want to talk about football now.
Check the weather whenever I need to.
Or Dirty Damon, anything other than the hook that you're talking about. Real quick. To talk about the football game real quick. People were talking about Lamar Jackson. I just want to say, I hate to say it, but he did choke. He did. It wasn't.
He forced the issue starting in the second half. Like, they had a shot. Like, everyone, he bought into what our text string said, which is this game's over. And I knew there was gonna be a way for them to come back in the game.
Sure.
That Kansas City put up no yards in the second half.
That's insane.
They shut down their offense and
That's
just
insane.
hope for the best.
Yeah.
And Lamar had like 230 yards, in the second half.
Yeah.
He just started forcing throws instead of taking checkdowns.
Who's the former coach of the Jets who like feet? What's his name?
Oh, Rex Ryan.
They had me agreeing with Rex Ryan.
Oh no.
I never want to agree with Rex
That's
Ryan.
like agreeing with Donald Trump.
I know, but
It's
hear
the
me
same
out.
person.
He said, well, anyway, he said, shame on the offensive coordinator because why does Lamar Jackson have like part of the game plan wasn't get him moving?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you have the most electrifying quarterback in football. And you're like, all right, we're going to do these 3-step drops and we're going to man, if you don't move him around, especially when it's not working.
Man, that OC, that's a bad man over there.
Listen, he failed him. That was a bad game plan.
Is he conning us?
I don't know.
Lamar?
No, the OC, because he's getting a lot of interviews.
I mean, listen,
He's
your
getting a lot
quarterback
of
in the regular
interviews.
season was an MVP, so you did something.
I guess everybody's looking for who's to blame, because you've got the
It was Lamar. He had it was the offense. They had 2 turnovers in the end zone.
Yeah, that wasn't on him.
The second one was.
The second one was, but the
second one was on Lamar, and the first one was just on. It happens.
just
It's
sucks.
football. It sucks. But
Can't happen there, though.
Fundamentally, that's
yeah,
at least a 14-point swing.
sure.
At least. So because I don't know what Kansas City did on the back end of those turnovers. So
Yeah,
the point is that the Ravens choked it away. Like it was a little bit like Georgia, Alabama, where everyone's like, Alabama won the SEC championship this year. Georgia just beat themselves. The Ravens just beat themselves, which actually makes the Super Bowl quite interesting to say. Like, I mean, most people are going to say Kansas City's going to run over the 49ers and Brock Purdy and all of this. But I actually think, like, Kansas City their offense looked super vulnerable in the second half, and it just so happened that the Ravens kind of choked it away, forced the issue. I mean, Lamar Jackson was throwing balls he had no business trying to throw into double and triple coverage.
Should we talk about Tony?
Go for it.
Tony Romo?
No. What's the first name again? Why am I blanking on the Chiefs receiver's first name?
Oh, Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Toney. So as we all know, he's had a couple significant drops.
Yeah.
This season.
Yeah.
Right.
It came for him.
Yeah.
The internet came for him. Didn't he have to get offline? Like he had to
I'm sure he should.
Yeah.
And so before the game happens,
Florida receiver.
they add him to the injured list.
He was on the injured list.
And he takes to Instagram Live and goes, "I'm not injured."
Wasn't it like a dark Instagram live?
Oh
too?
yeah, it was
like a shadowy kind of figure.
It was just black. I mean, he
Yeah.
was in a
It was
dark
just a
room
dark
by himself.
room.
dark room.
looking like what's the
Tony, get a ring light. Just
Nah.
Well, his baby was just born, so he may have been in the hospital just hanging out.
Even worse.
yeah.
Even worse. Focus on your newborn child.
For sure.
You out here like they lying on me. I'm not hurt.
Yeah.
I'm well. He might well start doing cartwheels and backflips. Like, look at me, I'm healthy.
They benched him after he was offsides in the Bills game like 7 weeks ago,
Yeah,
8 weeks ago. They said, we are done with you.
Why would you? My thing is, why would you go on there and say, "Hey, I'm not really hurt," publicly?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a chance they put you on. Like now, you just not part of the Super Bowl.
Right.
For sure.
Because you may not be physically hurt, but I know you were emotionally hurt.
Yeah.
So you
That's why you in that dark room talking about, I ain't hurt. It's like, yes, you is, dog.
Well, he was there on the sidelines for the game. He was in street clothes.
I would have said, hey man, go home. Go home, be with your kid. Be a family man.
No, he wants to make sure he gets that ring.
I mean, he gets it regardless.
Yeah, but he wants to he wants footage of him around.
Don't put no footage of me in street clothes while I'm out there.
For
I can't
sure.
show that to my kids.
For sure.
Yeah, your daddy was a part of the team. Don't look
He's
like it,
He's
Pop.
on a practice squad.
You was wearing
He
Jordans.
doesn't even deserve the practice squad ring.
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean, the reality is that it's a classic example of a very, very talented receiver who thinks they deserve the football more than they do, and they self-destruct their entire career.
Yeah, but he's not even good enough to do that.
I realize that.
Usually the ones
He
who
needs someone
do
around
that,
him and be like, yo, dude, you need to find your spot
Make
in
some
here.
catches first.
Nico Hardman's on this team.
Yeah. Good for him.
Also a really fast receiver, but I mean, I've seen him have more drops this season than I've seen him have in his entire career, and yet he's still dressing out for these games.
Hey,
Yeah.
It doesn't take much apparently in the Kansas City wide.
That is a lesson. If you out here, if you keep your mouth shut and put your head down,
Yeah.
and you're likable, people will forget you're there and let you be around. But if you talk a lot and you suck, people are like, man, get out of here. We don't need that.
I just think it'd be funny if, like,
This is for comedians.
yeah, I just,
That really is for comedians.
I just wonder what
Shut
the
up.
Chiefs were thinking. It'd be like if we said Damon's on a cruise,
Uh-huh.
and then later this afternoon, a dark video of Damon. He's like, I'm not a.
I'm not no cruise.
I'm here. I'm on
here.
land.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see my feet on land. Ain't no boats around me. It's like, what? Truly wild.
Yeah.
Okay,
But yeah.
is Andy Reid getting up there as one of the greatest football coaches of all time?
For sure. And he got a lot of help from Patrick Mahomes because we wouldn't have said that pre-Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, he's won with great quarterbacks
Yes.
in Philadelphia and Kansas City.
Yes. But
But this year, like, I think I would have said that before Tyreek Hill left. I would have been like,
sure.
they have a stacked deck and they
Yeah.
are playing their hand. But winning this year,
this is
and
the
did they
hardest
win
one.
last year without Tyreek Hill too? Right?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he wasn't on the
He was
roster
on
last
the
year.
roster, yeah.
Like winning potentially two Super Bowls back to back without Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Once I saw his mac and cheese recipe, that's when I'm like, oh, he's
my
one of the
God.
goats.
I mean,
Just tell the people
you guys
what's in
would. You guys.
tell them what's
You're
in it.
aspirationally.
There's just there's
I'm so
sometimes you're just
sad.
like, oh, you're great in every part of your life.
What's the recipe?
The recipe, so it was 4 different kinds of cheese.
All right. Do you remember them?
I remember it was Gouda was one of them.
Okay.
Because once we started putting Gouda in our mac and cheese,
Okay.
you can't
Can't go back.
go back.
Okay.
Gouda is the first class.
You just don't do Velveeta shells and cheese.
I mean, I can, but if we're going somewhere, if we are bringing,
Can't present that.
no, if
can't
we are
present
bringing
Velveeta.
mac and cheese,
So you're making your own cheese sauce from scratch.
Libby
And-
is.
Okay.
Bro,
I knew
I would.
this-
Let me
I
tell you
knew
this. You
this
better
was
than me.
going-
I would have looked right at the camera and lied and dealt with that at home and hope she didn't hear the episode. You better than me, Jack.
No, we would have ended up with Libby in a dark room this afternoon, being like, he never
Cap.
melts those
Yeah,
cheese.
Cap. Yeah, he don't melt that cheese. I
Doesn't-
melt the cheese.
yeah.
I'm the cheese melter around this house.
No, I grate the cheese. I'm really good at that.
Okay. Shout out to machines.
Yeah. And sometimes if it's in the crock pot, I'll go by and like stir it every once in a
All
while.
right. All right.
Because maybe Libby's on a work call, and I'm like, this probably needs to be
Hey, yo.
stirred.
Jesus.
And I'll give it a little stir and do a little.
Yeah.
I like when people bring the steam
Yeah.
towards their nose. I think that's
Okay.
a really classy way
Yeah.
to smell.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'll open up the crock pot, and just
You can't even
do
say
that.
it. You
Crock
can't even
pot.
say the tool.
I'll open up. The
I gotta
crock
say, as
pot,
y'all's
do a little-
producer, I don't know a lot about sports, but you explaining your relationship and envying kickers and how kickers don't have to worry because there's only 30 of them makes so much more sense.
Right?
Like this whole conversation, like you're like, my wife started this stew,
Yeah.
but I'll go stir it and be like, good job, Nate.
Which
Yeah.
is essentially having to drive down the field and then hand it off to the kicker.
Which here's the real question, and for our fans that know Nate and are a part of the pre-show, you'll really appreciate this.
Okay.
Have you ever, after going to stir and wafting the steam,
I already know. I
added
already know.
something to the crock pot without consulting Libby?
Absolutely not. There's no way.
Without consulting Libby.
There's no
No.
way. Yeah. There's no way.
Okay. So you
Sometimes
don't have
I-
to smell anything. You just
Yeah,
stir it
it's
and
for the
keep
look.
it pushing.
Sometimes I've been instructed to like
Yeah, I'm
if
sure
that
you've
need,
been
if that
for the
needs
look.
anything.
for the hook. That's
Yeah.
what you've been instructed
So
for.
Oh.
sometimes
The
I'm
hook.
like, yeah, but it also like when it's not ready to eat yet.
Yeah.
So like I'm just stirring it.
Yeah.
So I don't.
So what was the thing that Andy Reid puts in that makes you say, oh, it was the Gouda?
I think it was the Gouda.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up real quick because
Okay.
it's a phenomenal recipe. Everybody should do it. I also appreciate
did you
that it was
see it?
like it comes out every single year he's in the Super Bowl. They
Did you
ask
make
him
it for the
about
team. That's weird.
I don't know. I don't know how he makes it. All right.
This is like that Googleable that it just pops.
It's
Yeah,
out
how to
here.
cook Andy Reid's famous mac and cheese recipe.
Wow.
Fontina,
Keep going.
mozzarella,
Mm-hmm.
Parmesan,
Okay.
then sharp cheddar, Gouda, and Gruyere.
Okay.
And that's all and
All right.
that's
So
the
it
thing.
just was more than one cheese that got
It's-
you.
No, but it's about
You
it's
were like,
about the way the
2
cheese
cheeses? In the macaroni and cheese?
No,
You were like, should it be called macaroni and cheeses?
it's the way the cheese works together with each other.
All right.
You
Like,
just put
not-
every cheese that
no,
exists.
not-
Bro,
okay, no.
not every
I thought it
cheese
was some
works
kind of
with every
special
cheese.
ingredient that he
if I-
was using that made it better. And you're just, oh my God, there's more than one cheese.
No, it is a
Then
he
tell
has-
me something else that is impressive.
He has created a roster of cheeses
Bro,
that are so cohesive.
this is why you got to watch Martin and be around more black people, because that ain't nothing new about what you just said. Nothing.
Bro, if you take blue cheese off of your repertoire of cheeses, name one cheese that you didn't just list off.
Brie.
I'm so mad.
You
Bro.
thought you were gonna it was gonna be a you got me question on
With
cheese?
I mean,
Well, you didn't know
maybe I
that multiple cheeses
underestimated
go in
your-
macaroni and cheese.
I just remember the Gouda.
Man.
The Gouda stuck
Okay.
because it
Our,
was
our
so
chat just
cheap.
popped off. Some people
I-
are pissed about
I
it.
want to. All right. I want to transition because we talked on the pre-show. We're talking about Kelsey, and I want to transition because I said I had to take. I think Travis Kelsey is gonna retire very soon, like this
Wow.
year. I'm calling it here.
This year.
I think he's out. Yes, I think he's out. I think he's got to focus. Make the main thing the main thing. He's got to focus. Here's what I noticed. He is in every commercial.
Yeah.
That's a sign of somebody saying, I got to get my money before it's too late, before I ain't got to do nothing else. He's in every commercial. You can't not see him on every
can't not
commercial. And again, listen, man, if you don't win the Super Bowl and then pull out a ring and say, babe, I'm ready to hang it up.
Yeah.
Let's live the
Marry me, Julia.
marry me.
You
Marry me
never
now.
have to be alone.
Yes.
I love you.
Do it.
That's all I
This is
really
the
know.
perfect. And I was
Is that
like,
a lyric?
my brother brought this up first, and I was like, why would he do that? Then I was like, oh, he's 35.
That's what I was
I'm
yeah, I
thinking
was about
like
to look up how
he's
old
not
he
a
is.
young man.
No.
He's 35. That's past football prime. For tight ends, he want to be able to walk around with Taylor at these places and jump around. And listen, man, I'm calling it first.
He's Gronk's age.
Exactly. He might wrap it up. And
I mean-
focus on and like I'm gonna host a TV show or something.
I mean, if he were to play his cards right, he would have his own talk show that Taylor would
Easily.
show up once a year on.
Yeah.
And it would be everyone's
It'd be the
favorite,
favorite thing.
Honestly, him and his brother are just the next Manning brothers.
Or the replacement for the McAfee.
I mean,
That would be great.
there's a bright career for him and his brother,
Yes.
both hanging it up right now
Yes.
with the Taylor Swift momentum of
Yes.
things.
If Fox Sports was smart,
They're not, so we can move on.
they're not. But they would go, this is our this is our answer
Get
to
Skip,
McAfee.
get Skip out of here.
Yeah.
Get me one of these
They're-
Kelsey
I
boys.
just think it's so funny that like ESPN's killing it with like McAfee and stuff.
Sure.
Fox Sports is gonna double down on Bayless and Cowherd instead of like you're about to have two free agent
Go get them.
great podcast guys.
Go get them.
Fox Sports. If you're smart, go get them. And if they don't work, just get us.
Well,
Actually, don't get them. I never watched. I don't even know what channel it is. I never
I'm
watched
just so happy. I honestly think Taylor Swift really, I think going back to the Mid Queen
Uh-huh.
episode, like, I think she is happiest. Like, I think if she could,
Uh-huh.
like, strip back all of her fandom,
Mhm.
still have the resources that she has, but, like, live with Travis
Yeah.
in Kansas City, middle America, and just, like, have a normal life. If you could flip that switch, I bet she would.
Yeah.
I bet she
don't
would.
you dare
Well,
deprive the world
she
of
could.
what she.
She's
could
given
be-
the world everything.
She could be done too. They both could be done and
She's
right off.
34.
And she has like 14 albums. Y'all
Yeah, so's
Swifties
Travis.
made me listen to all them songs. I didn't know she had 400 songs.
She has a lot of songs.
She been writing forever. She don't owe you anything else. If she want to quit right now, let her quit.
The evolution of the Taylor Swift song of this podcast
We've
is
come around,
truly a
haven't we?
roller coaster.
Listen,
Where a few weeks ago we're like she's mid now. David Perdue's like let her rest.
let her
I,
rest.
I think she is mid, but I think like what do mid people want? Just enough.
She is in the most middlest of America.
Yeah.
Go be middle.
She has
America.
nothing more to prove that she
Nothing.
can prove. Like she's not gonna go down the history books as like the greatest singer of all time.
She gonna have all them Grammys.
She is
though.
arguably one of the best pop stars of all time, and
Absolutely.
I would not like take that from her.
Legendary. Iconic.
But
absolutely.
her and Travis, I mean, again, like they are the like quintessential. They have the like they could be the queen and king of America if they play their cards.
Joe, to answer your question real quick, why we turn around, and this is kind of not a topic, but it's kind of a topic. Part of the reason, and I'm not saying I agree with him, but part of the reason that made me go, maybe I'm not viewing her in the right light, was Shannon Sharp, went on his podcast and said that Taylor Swift moves the needle more than Beyonce. Now, does that deserve? First of all, we shouldn't be pitting these powerful women against each other. Everybody gets that, whatever.
Yeah.
But also, slap yourself, Shannon Sharp. Slap yourself. Slap yourself. Slap yourself.
I just had an epiphany, and maybe this will be in my hot take cold plunge.
Oh
later.
boy.
As Americans, we really struggle to understand like the royal family and that dynamic within the UK and like how people like love and like want to know and you know blah 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 blah. There will be as much tune in of the if it was going to be broadcast the Travis Kelce Taylor Swift wedding.
Ooh.
That a royal wedding would demand. Like we now as Americans understand the intrigue of this powerful, famous, rich couple that has no bearing on our lives, but somehow makes us feel some type of way.
But guess what, British? We don't let them rule us. All right,
They
that's the
don't
difference.
rule them either.
They just run the money.
They do. They got a.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
British people
Hey,
bow
man, I
to
know
them.
you.
What is that? What type of government do they have?
They have a monarchy.
Nope. You're missing a word.
Nope, I've seen it. They got the crowns,
I've
and
seen it.
they had a whole progression thing.
Libby God Nate's a different Nate. You're too relaxed right now.
He wore the
Throwing
coat.
stuff out
They gave him
there.
the crown. There was the Blarney Stone.
All right.
Everybody was real upset except for British people.
Okay.
That's what I know about the coronation.
Okay.
Once I saw the coronation in color,
Mhm.
I was like, y'all are super silly.
Just for the record, you're missing the word constitutional.
Yeah, I mean they've got like there's other paperwork happening. Like he's not
Paperwork.
like there's other things. Like I know that they got like the Winston Churchill guy, so they got like plenty of those kind of people.
Keep
yeah,
going.
they got prime ministers.
There we go.
They got
Wow.
PMs.
PM.
Everything I learned about British hierarchy, I learned from James Bond. So there's Queen and Country.
Bro, you say so much stuff into a microphone I would never admit.
Which just makes this podcast
It
great.
makes it work. Now keep doing
honestly.
it.
Queen and Country.
Okay.
I know that PMs get upset a lot in James
Sure.
Bond movies.
Sure.
And then there's other people. There's governments.
Keep going.
M is up there.
Him?
M.
She's a character. And
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Judy
Bond.
Dench is the M.
You just naming actresses.
You know Judy. You know
Spoiler
Judy
alert,
Dench.
she
Have not-
dies.
Yeah.
No, Judy Dench will never die.
All right.
Anyway, so British people, we don't really understand you though.
No.
I'm not willing to concede that.
What are you talking about?
I do.
I just gave you the like 1-to-1 correlation
Yeah.
of
It's not that.
exactly what's happening right now with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
It's not though because we don't let them make real decisions. British people are absolutely fine bowing to somebody else, and it is.
You bow to Taylor Swift.
I would not physically, just because she's taller than me. I
What if she
wouldn't.
told you to?
Then I would be like, that's a weird request.
And then
As you
bend
get
your
that
knee.
on the knee?
I think I mean maybe
You're like,
my,
I mean, it's weird.
maybe
but
my shoe would be
I
untied.
feel like you do it in a
at that
southern way,
moment.
my lady, and then you would like.
My lady.
Yeah, I do a little a tip of the cap.
Yeah, you would. You 100% would.
You would collapse in
100%
her
would.
presence.
No,
You would fall
please.
on your face, not because you're bowing, but just simply because you
You've had.
can't run.
Okay, let me ask you
and your
this,
heart will
Nate.
give out.
So
Okay.
Travis and Taylor getting married, but to capitalize off of it, they have a whole season where different cities are competing to host their wedding because
Okay.
you're bringing in as much revenue as you are for
It
more
is a
than
lot.
Super
That
Bowl.
is
Oh,
true.
totally, 100%.
Yes.
You're watching that whole season, aren't you? And you're voting every week.
For Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every day.
'Cause
You can
I-
vote once a day.
yeah,
vote-
because
you
I
vote
love
every day.
I love my city.
Yeah.
Also,
Boy.
they would never have it here.
No.
No.
It would be terrible to have it here.
There's no reason.
They would not have it.
They
here.
are gonna have it in Kansas City, and again, they are going to like revive Middle America
Listen,
single-handedly.
that's why I know she really love him, man, because she keep flying to Kansas City every week. Like she ain't got nothing else to do.
It is like I mean, I hope they were. I'm on the bandwagon. I hope they work
You
out.
won us over, Taylor. Look what you've done. You've won us over.
Is Taylor more charming than Brittany and Jackson are annoying?
Oh, absolutely.
Does she cancel them out?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let me be clear. What I say about Taylor is purely artistic. I don't get why people just dislike her. I think she is just genuinely probably a good person. And
I think she's the like choir, slightly awkward yet beautiful.
Yeah. She's
but
very
sticks
likable.
to her who she is.
Yes.
Which is why I think she's having fun, because she's back to her I mean, Kansas City, if you've ever been there, is an amazing city with great food, but it is a small town.
Yeah, and she's from I didn't even realize she's from somewhere in Pennsylvania somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're living their life. He's from Ohio. She's just go, just both retire at the end of the Super Bowl.
Just don't move to LA,
Just
because
a
then it'll all fall apart.
humble soul from Coletown, USA.
All right, what are you doing?
Left for Nashville.
Wow,
with
now I know why this resounds with your heart.
Nothing but a dream in her heart.
Can we
and a
talk about
pocket
the other
full of
game?
songs.
Can we
Yeah,
talk
let's
about the other game?
Let's talk about
The
other
NFC.
The NFC.
The game that I thought was over and then wasn't.
Listen,
I turned it off.
Listen,
I'll say I love Dan Campbell. I'll start that right now.
Oh yeah, there will be no Dan Campbell shade on this podcast. I know
love
people hate him.
that play to win.
There will be no Dan Campbell shade for this reason. He never switched up. He was just the whole season, and he played the game to win. He didn't play scared. He played to win. He played to show I believe in you boys, and he said I believe in you boys every step of the way. For a coach to do that, you can second guess all you want. That's fine. He never switched up, and I appreciate that. That being said, shame on you, Dan Campbell, for making me be wrong. That was the main reason I was upset. I had the pick of the century. No one. I remember I was about to text and say, I need my clip ready when they get in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and I sent it, and my brother said, you just ruined it.
I didn't want to say anything.
And I had the flashbacks of Falcons, Patriots, and I was like, I did. And I'm watching my timeline of my families at these watch parties, and they're so excited. And I'm like, yo, this is gonna be crazy for the city. And then I said, it's over. It's over. It's not happening. It's not. You are a city much like Atlanta, destined for pain. We're kindred spirits. You're destined for pain, and I'm sorry it had to happen this way, because you should have won. You let everybody down.
Momentum is a crazy thing.
Crazy.
That game is quintessential momentum, and this is why we were texting, and I was like, coaches cannot chase points by look, take the points, kick the ball off, keep the momentum going. Where the Lions, the 49ers are just in more and more of a hole. And the more that you give them stops and on fourth downs by going for it, you start to give back that momentum.
Absolutely.
And that's what happened. Is the 49ers just started to be we got nothing to lose. If we can pull off a miracle here, that'll be amazing. The Lions started to clench up and say we gotta go.
Yeah.
And the momentum flipped from first half to
that
second.
point, though, I get what you're saying. Take the points, momentum. But again, we have the benefit of hindsight.
Sure.
Momentum could have also switched if they convert on those fourths.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm you stuck to your guns. You didn't switch up. You didn't become a new coach or a new team. Your players believed in you. You believed in your players, and you did what you did.
I just think it's funny that you love Dan Campbell, because he is essentially why am I blanking on Dan Cowboys DC?
Dan Quinn?
But he's basically Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn got us to a Super Bowl.
I realize that. And
then
the broisms and the I believe in you and brotherhood, that got old fast when you stopped winning.
I'm real quick. I just want to pause you, Dan. You gotta be careful saying brotherhood with the fist, because people could cut that out, and then your whole. I
think we are on two whites on this.
That's
side.
what I'm saying, Dan. I'm trying to keep the money, man.
I appreciate that.
Two whites talking about two white coaches.
Yeah. You gotta be careful.
We can talk about Eric Bieniemy, if we want to, and why he never became a head coach. If we want to do that one.
Yeah.
I haven't researched enough on that.
There's been 22 openings over the last 3 years that he's been mentioned for. Running Kansas City's offense for 5-6 seasons as soon as Patrick Mahomes came into the league.
Yep. I kept saying bring him to Atlanta. No, I get the Dan Campbell. Yes, things get old when you start to lose. I don't think though they're gonna start losing.
Listen, they in trouble, man. They in trouble. Here's why. I picked them this year mainly, all right, in full disclosure, I forgot about San Francisco. I'm not going to lie. When I picked them, I completely forgot about San Francisco. I was like, ain't nobody. And I forgot that they were the last.
San Francisco forgot about San Francisco in the first
Bro,
half.
this is how much I forgot. I forgot that San Francisco was this Super Bowl had already. I forgot this Super Bowl already happened in 2019.
Yeah.
Or 2020.
2020.
I forgot because I was like, when I said a rematch, I was like, I thought the internet was playing a prank on me when I saw a rematch. I had to look it up. I was like, they didn't play no. That's how COVID will mess with you. I forgot all that.
I completely blocked that Super Bowl out.
Yeah, I forgot all
Who was
about
the quarterback for the 49ers?
Garoppolo, I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Anyway, the thing that deprived me of was the Taylor Swift, Eminem. What could have been? What could have been? I was so mad when I saw Eminem yelling at those people, and I was like, that's the picture right there. And now we can't even use it. It means nothing.
Eminem,
Yelling at the fans.
man.
He would have put out a diss track, and then
Easily, and it would have hurt my feelings.
yeah, and
Like,
it would have been bad.
It would have been really mean
It
to
would have
Taylor.
been real mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably won't even do that because he has like a daughter who probably loves Taylor Swift. And he's probably like, nah, I can't do that.
His daughter's like our age.
Who probably likes Taylor Swift.
She's in high school.
Trust me. I know the Swift
one of the
fan base.
Yeah.
Trust me. I know
She's
they
one prom queen or something like that.
One of the daughters is like an adult. The daughter that he had all the songs about.
Haley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haley's an adult.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean
she's in the workforce. That
that
makes
doesn't
me feel old.
that doesn't mean that she's not. Trust me, I've seen all the whole full gamut of Taylor Swift fans, young and old.
There's dozens.
They're out there.
There's lots of interesting whites included in this Super Bowl.
Yes.
Do we want to hit on
Let's,
that?
you lead the way. Who the interesting whites?
The
list
graphic,
all the
the
interesting
graphic teed it up for me this morning
Boy.
when apparently we are going to put, the great African American hope on Kansas City.
Yeah.
And we're going to pin.
They did do that.
This kind of great white hope on San Francisco, despite Deebo Samuel being probably one of the best players in the league.
They did. They put Purdy and McCaffrey, and then Mahomes and not Kelsey.
Yeah. Yep.
Who's the Hall of Famer.
Yep.
And that just goes to show you, listen, stop being sheeple, okay? Stop being sheeple. They're trying to pit us against each other constantly. And you have to look no further, I think I've said this before, than Family Feud. Family Feud lets everybody know.
Wow.
If you watch Family Feud, listen, man, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Family Feud should be watched with, I think there should be a communal Family Feud watching. So people can, because I know what black households are doing. And I can only assume what white households are doing. But, like, more quietly. We got to stop this. We're too easily divided. A little picture like that setting people up.
Like, I wouldn't say that Family Feud.
Admit it. You root for the white family on Family Feud.
You don't root for him, but you go like, oh, that was a good answer.
Huh?
You're just like, oof, that was a really
Can
good
we just
answer.
talk about this, though? Like, in this
Please.
Super Bowl, we have a Mr. Irrelevant white quarterback. We have a white running back.
This white.
Silliest.
This is the great white hope here.
a legendary tight end who probably will give Travis Kelce a run for his money by the end of his career in touchdown receptions.
And we have a January 6th flavored Bosa.
We forgot about that. This is the white.
It is the whitest. Also, he wasn't at January 6th.
I was gonna
Well,
say
if he
I was
could
like,
have been,
what
he
point
would have
were you
been.
making?
Yeah, I think if he, like, he was probably like, my hammies are pretty
He
tight.
probably supplied a van, though.
Yeah.
He's like, you boys need to get there. I got
We're gonna
you.
get flagged on Twitter for that one.
You guys need to, for saying that
There's
Joey
got to be
Bosa-
worse on Twitter.
They're
I
for
promise
sure.
you there's worse on. We are not it.
Yeah, the guy who owns Twitter is probably
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
man, good for him.
Yeah.
Well, I love Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I got no problem with Elon Musk. You know about that?
You don't want to
No,
do that.
you are the last person I want to talk about Elon Musk with.
I would love to talk about that.
No, but it is. I didn't realize how white San Francisco was.
Very white.
Like as far as like the white storylines.
Yeah.
Uh,
I just love the idea that all these like racists and conservatives probably like do nothing but like bash on San Francisco
and now they're like,
all year. And
get
now they're
behind
like,
them.
y'all, San Francisco.
My dad
Man.
literally will look at me. We'll be needing to go through San Francisco for various things, and he'll be like, "I'll fly into San Jose."
Which is I went to San Francisco last year. It's a nice little town.
It's great, great food,
It's a great place. It was not the just
bastion of liberalism.
Yeah, no, I didn't see anybody poop in the streets, which is what I
Nah,
was told would
listen.
happen.
I saw that, but
I'll say this:
happens
I've
in
never
Atlanta.
been to San Francisco. What pops out of my mind is shout out to Mandel. That Mandel video of him being in San Francisco, talking about just seeing a naked dude walking around and nobody was weirded out by it. If you haven't seen that, follow Mandel. Go see it. That's my favorite little animated video because I would have been the same way. Why are we just letting this happen? And in San Francisco, like that's just what happens.
Yeah.
So you know how like stuff like if we see like a black cowboy in Atlanta, like, that's just Atlanta. Their version of that is just a dude walking around the bus stop butt naked. And I think those are different things.
The California's homeless problem is wild because they're like, we just don't acknowledge it.
Well, no, this dude was just.
I'm saying that's for sure. A mentally disabled
You
homeless
think
man.
so?
For sure.
I don't think so.
100%.
100%. That's gonna.
Who do
don't-
you think is walking around naked at a bus stop?
Just a regular dude.
No,
Just a regular dude.
no.
I think San Fran can house that type of.
You thought he was
individual.
just like, "This is my naked day."
This is
I
this
still
isn't
gotta get
Wood,
to work.
this
I
isn't
need y'all to
Woodstock.
time out. I need all
Where's
these
this
white
bicycle
people
at,
that's wrong
David?
to stop being surprised that white people would do something like that. Y'all not gonna gaslight me like white people don't have that capability. Just be like, this is my religion. I choose to be a naked man. You act like I can't. That can't be true.
Yeah, but they find each other and they go somewhere
maybe he was
else.
going to a naked people meeting.
There's no rogue.
We don't know this.
There's no rogue, mentally healthy nudists.
So you're
I
saying
promise you there are.
You're saying that nudist colonies are moving into the urban
I'm
environment.
saying San Francisco is known to have people who just like, hey man, we figure stuff out. If I want to be naked man today I'm naked man, and we're not gonna put this on people who are necessarily mentally.
I mean, it's heavily gentrified, so maybe that guy just hasn't. They
That's what
know
I'm
that he
saying.
has enough money. They're like, listen, that guy actually,
Exactly.
he's donating to every council member, the police, like the police
Exactly.
fund. He gets that's naked Jerry.
y'all out
That's
here
Tuesday.
Y'all out here. I can't believe I'm in the room. Y'all here limiting what white people can do. Shame on y'all. Y'all are bad whites. You
All right,
guys are bad whites.
we
Like,
got
white
we
people
got
don't do that.
15
Yes, you do.
We got 15 minutes. I want to hit two more things.
All right.
I want to hit Embiid ducking Denver real quick
Okay.
because
He didn't duck him
he didn't duck him.
because he missed the next game.
Okay,
He missed the next game.
so
he didn't duck
he
him.
hasn't played Jokic before. He was
Never?
added. He was at. I don't think so.
Yeah.
He was added to the injury list 15 minutes before the game started. After putting up 73, I mean, we talked about that last week.
Exhausted.
And you think he was legitimately hurt
He missed the
and
next
could
game.
not go.
Also, Denver's not an easy place to play. I feel like maybe if it was in Philly, he could play maybe. But like, I've been there. It's not the that elevation is real.
It is real.
It's very real. So I'm not gonna put it past him.
I mean, I don't take Embiid during a regular season to care about playing somebody. I don't know that anyone in the NBA cares. I think legitimately he probably either just didn't feel good because of the altitude, didn't feel right physically. But I don't see any NBA player worth
Not-
anything being like, I don't want to play that.
Definitely
that
not an
person.
MVP. Definitely not somebody who's won MVP.
Not
It's like,
someone that just put up 70 points.
yeah. You want to see if you're still hot.
Like, what makes you think that Embiid would actually care?
Because there's an argument that Embiid is better than Jokic as long as he never matches up against
You
him.
think Embiid cares about that argument?
100%.
Why?
100%.
Please tell us why.
Well, one, he's the one that brought it up.
Yeah.
He's the one that brings up him versus Jokic. Two, I'm going to find it. He ducks Jokic every single time. That's the only matchup that he ducks. To the point where, I mean, you brought up beforehand that there's a chance he's going to not be eligible for the MVP because he's missing games. And then you say the NBA's put a
Duck him, you would have like right after the like it would have been like that. I mean, it would not have been like that. If you were actually ducking him, you would have said, "Oh yeah, I'm hurt." Like, well before then. 15 minutes means I was trying to go, and they were like, "Listen."
Yeah, if he had traveled to Denver,
Yeah,
like if he's injured and doesn't need to travel, he's gonna stay home.
yeah, that's a fact. You think it's the optics of being like, no, I was trying, but like cut me right 15 minutes.
yeah. I think he's ducking.
I know you do. I don't.
What I just don't understand, like that debate has no bear. Like it will matter in the playoffs if they play each other. Like
But they
this
won't until
isn't
the
a
finals.
1v1 MMA match. Like if they had come out just for this, let's play it out. If Denver had come out and destroyed the Bucks, I mean sorry, the 76ers. Excuse me. Think about the other tall MVP.
Yes.
Point being, and would the debate change? No. regular season games in the NBA have no bearing on any meaningful conversation.
Regular season games are for us. Postseason games are for them.
Totally. Like, they're for points, they're for stats, they're for, like, us debating and, like, talking about a 70-point game. I mean, it's the general trend of a season. Like, we could talk about the Lakers and how trash they are right now and, like, how LeBron is done with it, but yet he put the team together. LeBron, stop being GM and you won't deal with this crap
Let
anymore.
GM.
Point being, though, it's a general trend. Like, none of us are coming on here. Like, LeBron has, he put up 12 points yesterday, and now he's, like, falling off. Like, no, it's just a regular season game that he just didn't care about, and he ejected.
Yeah. I don't know if they played good last night.
I actually, that's not a stat line.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
They played amazing last night, and the Hawks were just too much for him.
No, they were.
That was my takeaway.
Here's my takeaway. This is what I found out. They played a back-to-back. This is so random, but I had to bring this up. They played a back-to-back. They were in Houston and Atlanta. I was like, of course they're going to lose these games.
Well,
they went from strip club capital to strip club. Like, they went.
Let's talk about this.
I was like, who designed that schedule to go Houston, Atlanta? You crazy. He's a millionaire.
This is a perfect example. None of us are coming on here today and being like, Trey's better than Bron.
Yeah.
No, but they've never competed for MVPs before. There's like,
in theory, they are both still competing for MVPs. Now they're not either.
Yes,
of them.
but Jokic versus Embiid, that's going to be a conversation.
Simon Stevens said that he hasn't played there in 4 years, though.
4 years?
In Denver.
That's a lot of time not play. Listen, man, that altitude is real. And, all right, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but let me throw this out there, right?
Sure.
The altitude is real. Where's
the Nazi
he from?
airport.
I forgot about that. But
the airport is weird.
The airport is
Look
weird.
up if you want to go down a weird YouTube hole, check out Denver Airport YouTube.
But I don't know. I don't know if he has, like... I don't want to do that. I did it once.
Look,
kind of.
It's a weird afternoon.
Yeah.
It's not all super scary because they're so far away.
Sure.
But
they meaning people in Denver.
Yeah. Denver Airport Nazis. They're really far.
You know,
away.
all of our nukes are in Denver.
Man, Denver. Come on, y'all.
NORAD is in Denver.
It is a weird airport.
It's a weird airport. It's kind of a weird area.
Yeah. Not a big fan.
I've never been to Denver.
I have.
I'm excited to go. Dan grew up in Denver.
Yeah.
According to Damon. So
I did live there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did live there. It's great. The people are awesome.
I'm sure it's a good time. Snow's fun. We went to Denver. I went to Denver once when I was like in elementary school.
Okay.
Because my cousins lived out there for a little bit. We drove to the top of Pikes Peak.
Cool.
And then we went to Focus on the Family headquarters.
Yep,
so
that's there too.
A real homeschool trip. Just real aggressive homeschooling. We went to visit Dave Dravecki because apparently he and my granddad were buddies.
Okay.
And he wasn't there, but he left a bunch of signed books for us.
Oh, that's nice.
So
that is nice.
That's very nice.
Shout out to Dave Dravecki, the one-armed Giants. Comes back to San Francisco. He played for the Giants.
Okay.
So there we go. Let's talk about methed out horses.
Let's do it.
We've got about 10 minutes left. A racehorse tested positive for meth after winning races. PETA's furious. Maybe one of the few times I'm like, PETA, you're right to be mad.
PETA has no legitimate. They got mad at Georgia for having bulldogs.
Oh, no.
PETA can jump off a cliff and try to fly.
PETA's wrong 99% of the time. But I would say if I have to agree with PETA on one thing, maybe we shouldn't be giving meth to racehorses. You know, there's a Venn diagram of me and PETA.
I don't know how long PETA's been around, but this is gonna circle back to something. They showed a clip during the Lions San Francisco game. Back in the day, the Lions had a real lion on the field. PETA, where was you? Where was you?
He's saving the whales.
They had a lion on the field, and he wasn't in a cage. He just had a little chain around his neck, connected to God knows what. PETA, I needed to see you at that game. That's all I want to say about that. Where was you back in the whatever year that was to stop that from happening? That looked like a scene out of Semi-Pro with the bear and Will Ferrell. It's the same thing. It was the same thing, except in real life.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
My thing is, I don't know how you know a horse is on meth.
Oh, you know.
Test them when they test their blood.
Right.
After they win.
Yeah.
After they win, they
was there suspicion?
Test.
Without testing. I don't know if there was suspicion. I don't know if the horse was like scratching himself a lot.
Hey.
I don't know
Foaming
if
at the
like
mouth.
if the teeth were starting to, get a little meth mouth.
Go on. I don't know much about meth.
I don't know a ton about.
It's a coal mining community thing.
Yeah, I'm about to say That's not my people's affliction. You have to, what's about crack? I got you. But meth, I don't know.
Most things I learned about meth, I learned from just like different jokes at school.
You don't get to be from West Virginia and not have.
I did watch Breaking Bad. I don't know anybody that's ever done meth. I'll go ahead and say that.
Okay.
I know people who know people that have done meth.
Of course.
Apparently,
So you're in a comedy scene. You know people have done
Yeah.
meth.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
just don't know.
Yeah, you don't
I haven't
know.
had a conversation with somebody that's like, oh, so I was doing meth.
You
the
don't
other
usually
day."
leave
Someone,
with that.
someone, Meth needs to go back to their previous rebrand of Speed because
Is that what that was?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
That was a much more culturally.
Can we talk about how white people get to name all the drugs?
Do you is meth is
an
that
injectable.
is that a you smoke it or do you
No.
take it?
All drugs can be smoked, injected, or snorted.
Yeah.
It's just depending on how
Really?
you.
Yeah,
It's just depending on how you prepare it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the
Can you
what
can't
is the
inject
regular
marijuana?
Oh, but you can't.
You can. You just have to prepare it right.
Oh, I guess okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Back to
And
my-
then most people smoke meth or snort it.
Okay.
Yeah, more effective that way.
This is what I bring as a producer.
Thank you.
Remember
we
when
needed that.
This is what we family friendly, as we said
Yeah,
early
yeah,
on.
we did
your-
mention
your
family
various
friendly.
forms of drug paraphernalia.
Yeah.
needs.
No, the older I get, the more and more I realize the DARE program worked on me so well.
Can we
And
just
I
talk about
hate it.
though? Someone had to choose to ride this horse knowing
it was on meth.
they were on meth.
Hey, it
Like,
ain't
they
worth
don't just
winning.
run the horses.
No, I would have been so afraid that horse was gonna do a backflip or like.
The heart was gonna explode, and I was gonna
just
keep
go
going
above,
at
or just be
30
like, I
miles
don't want
an
to
hour.
race no more, and just go to
I was gonna say,
California.
it just doesn't stop at the finish line. It just keeps
Just keep
going in the
runs
crowd.
through the gate. Like,
bro.
yeah, whose idea? Obviously, though, if you gave a horse meth, you was probably doing meth too.
Dude, this just goes to show desperate people do desperate things.
Absolutely.
Because people, I mean, somebody spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to own this horse, board this horse, and this horse. Like they're like, kill it or give it meth.
Yeah,
and
it's not-
they chose meth.
We need a win. We need a win real bad. Meth bad.
Is there any chance I could get either of you to go undercover inside of PETA?
Oh yeah, I could do that. That'll be fun.
Oh, I could easily.
They wouldn't believe me. All my hoodies smell like smoke. I love a brisket. They wouldn't believe me.
I'm trying to. I think I could convince Pete I was one of them.
I don't
How?
think I could. Yeah.
What would be your like 3 bullet points going into your undercover assignment?
I don't kill bugs in my house
Keep going.
because they're innocent, and it's not their fault that I decided to take up that space that they long before I was there.
All
they were
right.
there. There's that. I can say things like, "Oh, yeah, sure, yeah, we care about art, okay, but do we care about Arctic puffins?" Okay, and then
Okay.
I would throw soup on the Mona Lisa or something. That person who threw,
Those are climate change people, but
yeah, and I'm taking their playbook, and I'm just applying it to PETA because I think it'll work.
We all saw that. I mean, the playbook worked.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
saw the Mona Lisa get soup on it.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
you thought it was for Peter.
I didn't know who it was for. I knew it was for somebody.
Also, it could be for
Nate's
Peter.
like, this is a strong stance. I don't know what it says
Yeah.
or
It
who
would
did
be for
it, but-
Peter.
They're
because
anti-soft smiles.
Kansas
That's what
soup.
I thought they were.
That's you would take yourself away because Kansas soup has probably got chicken broth in it. You flesh eater.
That's true. I would definitely
Vegetable
throw
stock. Vegetable stock.
vegetable stock, and then I would have to throw red paint on somebody wearing something.
This is the chef over here adding 7 cheeses. Doesn't know that there's a stock with no
Yeah,
animal
you'd
bones
have to
in
sell them on your vegan mac and cheese recipe.
Yeah.
Oh, I love vegan mac. I use cashews as cheese.
Okay.
it. Wow.
And then
I'm impressed by that.
yeah, and then I sit down and I don't talk about how much worse it is than real mac and cheese.
So
Not only that, I tell my friends that it's better.
Okay, now flipping to the real.
yeah.
How long could you? I know that you can make it. How long could you make it as a vegetarian?
How long do I have to make it?
What's
I-
the more intense version? Not vegetarian.
Vegan?
Vegan. Okay.
Vegan. So my brother and sister-in-law are plant-based.
Okay, but that checks out.
For
They're real.
real?
Keep going.
Yeah, and she's just cold all the time. And there's so
I
many
ain't gonna lie.
times.
I be seeing some
the,
people.
the brother-in-law that I know.
No,
Oh.
this is Libby's side.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we was like, that ain't that enough.
I was like, that's impossible.
That's a change.
How much weight
No.
has that man lost?
My family would not accept.
Veganism.
Well, I mean, I think we would accept veganism, but my mom's not like she's not jumping through hoops for you.
Listen,
If you're coming over to dinner,
Yeah.
better bring your own food.
Dude, I had a vegan friend in high school, and he would come over and be like, "What do you have for me?" I go, "Nothing, bro." Like, I don't got time for that.
I'm with you, vegan. I was, I did it for a little bit once.
Did
for
you
like
feel
a month.
better?
I'm sure I did, but once I tasted meat, I'm like, hey, I'm back, baby. Like I'm not playing around. My thing is, I've noticed this. Every vegan I've ever met got a low voice. They don't have no bass in their voice. Every vegan I met sound like they're trying to yell and can't. I'm not like there's a vegan chef that a black dude I follow on Instagram. He sound like he whispering every recipe he make. Yeah, first we gotta add the cashew. But I was like, hey, and I be like, hey, you gotta speak up, man. Like get a microphone.
Whisper songs.
And then I go to another vegan dude, and they all sound like they whispering. And I'm like, I don't know if you gotta just put a little beef stock in it or something, because it's taking the volume out of your voice. Vegans, that's what I've noticed. But like I've had vegan food. I go to vegan restaurants here in the city. Slutty vegan's great. But I've never met one with a powerful voice.
PETA and vegans need their Taylor Swift. They need their like banner carrier that everyone's like, I'll follow that person.
Who
like
is
Beyonce. Beyonce could go.
Beyonce's
vegan
vegan.
and get. But I didn't know that as like a cultural fact.
Cause she's like, hey, ain't gonna tell everybody about it. I'm pretty sure she's plant based. Cause at first point in Beyonce's career, she was like, I love Popeye's chicken so much that they gave her like a free Popeyes for life thing. And then I think she went plant based a few years ago, and she said it, and then she didn't say it no more. And that's how you got to do it. Be more like Beyonce. Throw it out there for people if they want it, they can have it. But then don't be walking around. She don't have no vegan song. She not out here. She's like, hey, that's how I live my life.
So I googled who's the most
Elliot
famous
Smith
vegan.
says that he feels bad for vegans in the South because we put bacon in our green beans. It's very true.
It
well,
is
green
true.
beans suck without bacon.
Yeah.
I used to film a lot of weddings, and I would shoot with like vegetarian or pescatarian people, and they'd be like, go check if there's any. And if it was a barbecue wedding, I'm like, we both
You
know.
know what it is.
You know there is.
I hope you packed your.
Yeah, you want to go eat some rolls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have
That probably
rolls.
hopefully doesn't have butter or lard in it in the bread.
Yeah, I was about to say usually, yeah, you're pretty.
Even vegan bread is hard to find.
Yeah, especially at a barbecue wedding, you're not getting anything.
Oh,
So
yeah.
here's famous vegans according to Google. Ariana Grande,
Gone off the radar.
Lizzo,
Nope.
Gone off the radar.
Natalie Portman, Jessica Chastain, Billie Eilish, Joaquin Phoenix. That's a fun one. Pamela Anderson, Woody Harrelson.
These are all C. Okay, Billie Eilish is A.
Billie
but-
Eilish is the A.
But
Again, she don't got no vegan song. Y'all gotta
well,
pressure her.
Oh,
she's just on every trend though. So like Billie Eilish is, I'm sure, like there are multiple culturally relevant today issues that she is like, I am this person. Like
Sure.
I help carry the banner for all of these
Yeah,
things.
she ain't got time for
Y'all,
the vegans.
Moby's vegan.
We knew that.
That's who y'all.
I'll be
That's
honest with you,
rally
I'll be-
around Moby.
I haven't thought
100%
Moby in
behind
10
you.
years.
I don't know who Moby is. And as soon as you said that name, I said, I know he vegan. I have no idea who Moby
Because
is.
Eminem hates him.
I forgot that's the same person.
That's
and
the
I
only
still don't
reason
know who
he's
he
famous.
is.
That's the only reason I knew who he was because of the Eminem.
Music video where
I forgot about
he
that.
like he impersonates him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't think we should.
No, we should do it. But I
But we should.
forgot who he was. But that
He
name
just says
is
you're too
vegan.
old.
Oh,
Nobody
yeah, I
listens to
remember.
techno.
So, yeah, it's over. Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but vegans, I'm sure they listen to techno sometimes. Because that's robot music, so it's not made by animals. So that's probably why they like.
I like how this podcast kind of every episode just kind of picks a fight. Kind of picks it on.
They're just like, I like EDM because I don't believe in the animalistic music
You
industry.
like EDM?
No, EDM's. I don't like EDM.
EDM is not techno, just for the record.
It's not techno.
EDM is techno. It's just inside of a
Nah.
house techno.
No, and the house music is not EDM, and that's not techno.
EDM, techno, house
This is
music. They're all in
Nate,
the same.
you are saying R&B
all
is
in the
rap
same
right now, and I
bubble.
need you to just culturally understand.
How you not know your own
I'm
culture?
realizing, Dan, you jump on Nate for how he lives his life day to day. When Damon's gone, no one's here to yell at Nate for just saying whatever he thinks.
Yes.
That's why I was just
pick roles.
Yeah, I
on
was
how
just
to yell at Nate.
There is a missing factor, and it's Damon looking at you
Being like,
right
"Hold
now
on."
and saying "big dog."
Yeah, big dog, big dog, big dog.
No one cares.
So y'all are really saying that EDM and techno
I'm not saying anything. I'm
are
enjoying
different.
white people
Yes.
not knowing their own culture. I'm not saying anything.
What's an EDM song?
I don't know.
Skrillex.
Skrillex.
Skrillex, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What's techno?
Techno is like 90s Russian, like.
So you're telling me this isn't techno?
About to get kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm telling you that EDM is not techno.
We're gonna get kicked off of YouTube.
Only if I play like 30 seconds.
Okay,
Is,
somebody knows the rules.
is reggae music?
What's the most
like
important techno
soft
song?
rock? Like what are you doing
What
right
is the
now?
greatest techno song? Does anybody know?
The greatest techno
Everybody
song?
has a greatest.
Sandstorm.
I don't even know. I don't know what that is at all.
Sure. Sandstorm.
What does that sound like?
That's that. They play. South Carolina plays it.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
You would know it.
No, I don't. I'm in
But
no function.
I'm able to
with
play
what you
this
just
game,
did.
and so therefore not getting
Yeah.
stumped, therefore proving the point.
Yeah, I just think it's like if Sandstorm came on,
You lose, I win.
they'd be like, "Man, what a great techno song!" And then
Point.
right
I need
after
a
that,
point.
Skrillex
I
comes
need a
on,
point
and they're
graphic
like,
here.
"Man, this
Dan
is man.
wins.
I'm glad we switched up
Finish it.
genres,
I think
going
Dan
from
wins.
I
Sandstorm to
I'm gonna,
Skrillex."
I'm gonna.
Nate sticks
I'm
to
gonna,
the top of the
Yeah,
screen.
I'm gonna lean on Dan here as someone who's culturally diverse and knows more. The only songs I've heard you singing are whatever the West Virginia song is all the time. Country Roads.
Yeah, that's a good song.
I know. I'm saying that's and to
Is-
me. You the music you reference is Country Roads and Ludacris C cuts.
Is-
I can't trust you when it comes to music.
Jeez. If Damon was here, he would co-sign the Ludacris C cut.
Yeah,
But
I'm not mad at Ludacris as a rapper, but
great.
I'm saying your identity is wrapped in
I said this last week.
Ludacris.
Ludacris. Get better representatives that don't make your State Farm commercials suck so bad. It really just hurts my soul every time.
I'm gonna say this,
No, you-
Ludacris. I
you
heard you
cash
got a
that
new
check.
show coming out on BT Plus, written by the
Wait,
homie.
what
No,
is BET? Is that not BET?
it's BT, but like the streaming
Streaming.
service. Hold on, let
Okay.
me get this out. Written by Noah Gardner Schwartz, the homie. Hey, y'all gonna need
Friend of the
actors.
show.
Holla at me, friend of the show. Let me get in on that, Ludacris.
Yeah.
Fan over here.
I'll
Sometimes you gotta sell yourself, Dan.
yeah, I'll be somebody on a bus if you need help with that.
Bro, man, put yourself in there.
That's right.
I'll be a.
You could have asked me anything. Like, I just want to be on the bus.
Well, I'm hoping to get like.
No, you
He's
gotta
the bus
say,
driver.
let me go be a manager or something like that. You're the most low
I'll-
aspiration white I've
listen,
ever met.
If you need anybody that's a techno person or an
Be a
ED
high
or
aspiration
EDM,
white.
if there's a character on there that loves techno and EDM and house music, and also
not gonna
ska,
happen.
I can be.
I don't
that.
know.
Okay.
I know that is a thing.
Ska.
It's like, oh, No
ska
Doubt
is
music.
techno with horns.
No, ska is like like
you have
punk
no
with horns.
musical
Yeah,
taste.
he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Is it like No Doubt in the like early
No,
No Doubt?
ska-
There is some ska
Yeah.
influences,
Okay.
in No Doubt.
See, you said no.
But
I
it
know
has
more.
everything
Ska
to
is
do
Why do
Tony
I know
Hawk.
Real
more
Big
about your
Fish
people
Tony
than
Hawk
you?
was like a
Tony
really
Hawk
big
Pro
one.
Skater is ska.
Jesus.
Why do I know more about your people than you?
Look, I have a soft spot for ska.
You
Alright,
care a lot more than Nate does about
I
everything.
don't. It's not.
No,
it's not
I know.
true.
I'm saying just in general.
It is because
Nate walks through
America
life
is white,
caring
and so
very
I be
little
paying
about us.
attention to see what
Yeah.
y'all trying to do. You don't even pay attention to your own people.
The
Well,
ska-
you
the
have
ska
to pay
thing was a
attention to
joke.
your surroundings.
Thank you.
Nate can just kind of walk
Exist
around
and
and exist.
categorize things that aren't true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one last question. Since this will be the last time we get to talk about football. Wait, we'll have one more week.
We'll have one more
One
week.
more week.
One more week. But this is what I want to know.
Okay.
All of the players are sitting in practice today on a low key practice week, figuring out what touchdown celebration they will be doing. So, what is your
Ooh, this
Super
is
Bowl
good.
touchdown celebration?
This is good.
Or just favorite celebration taunting in general? Because I think there was a tweet this past week because somebody got penalized pretty badly for taunting. I think the Lions got penalized for taunting.
Yeah.
And then they fumbled like 2
Yep.
plays later.
Yep.
What is your favorite football celebration? Because I have officially found mine.
Go ahead. You go first. What's yours?
My favorite is the soccer review, and then the
Oh.
cornerback.
Oh, that's kind of fire.
Oh, bro, it makes me so happy every time they do it.
That's kind of fire. You got one?
I mean, T.O. signing anything was always fun.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of props.
Props are cool.
Pull a
You
pull
get,
a
you get
pin
fined
out.
for props.
Yeah, you get fined for props now, but like it's the Super Bowl. Pull out a prop.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
you're on Vegas. Like there is a touchdown celebration with a prop, and you're taking that prop live.
If it was me, I would have somebody ready, and I would have them run out a slot machine.
Oh.
And then so I score. I run to the back of the end zone. Somebody
Okay.
pushes the slot machine. I go boom,
I like that.
and it
I'm
goes
not mad
seven,
at that.
seven, it goes sevens because that's how much a touchdown and extra point is worth.
Ooh,
Nate?
that wins.
Nate, you might actually get
Nah.
a point in this podcast. For
That-
a
that
decent
wins.
Point.
Yeah.
I-
And
whatever
then my
I had is not
favorite
gonna win.
EDM song, Sandstorm, starts playing.
I got nothing. Oh, that.
That's Sandstorm.
You didn't do that earlier.
No, I didn't do that.
You
earlier.
did not do
I
that
didn't- I
earlier.
didn't
He
commit.
went, yeah.
Bro, you did some sort of. I was like some Appalachian call at me. I was nervous. I almost ran out the room. Whatever you did earlier, I was like, oh, it came out now. I'm out. Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. Oh, I can't beat that. I was gonna say old school. I like when I love group stuff. So like
Group
when
stuff is
people
fun.
did the roller coaster, or like when they used to the old school, they used to do like the frog leap.
Yep.
I like when it's choreographed with other people. All I know is please stop swag surfing if you don't need to be doing that and you know who you are. Stop it.
Simon Satan says Tyreek's cell phone backflip was fire.
That Tyreek, yes, but they also got that kid fired. So,
But then he hired him.
He hired him, but
He
for how
hired him.
long?
I don't know. That's
You see
a
what I'm
good
saying?
question.
That kid, yeah,
He came up with Tyreek. I think in college they overlapped somehow.
Well, then
There was a
hopefully
cool story
he keeps
there.
him on payroll. But other than that, you can't work for the NFL no more. That kind of
That's a
sucks.
bummer.
Yeah,
yep. There we go,
we
y'all.
did it.
We did it. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube.
Was
Listening.
that a little extra for?
I was a little. I
Irish a
I
little
got a
bit
little
for-
stuck in
yeah.
between words.
You want to be Irish so bad?
I mean, technically, no, I'm not gonna do. If you go back to the 1700s,
I can't.
Yeah.
All I know is my grandma.
My name is Nathan Owens. You
Well,
can
my
find
record
me
stopped.
on Twitter at Nathan Owens Comedy, Instagram,
Why?
TikTok,
That's
Nathan
what-
Owens
that's
Comedy,
what
or
Nate wants.
NathanOwensComedy.com.
I don't understand. Constitutional
Yo,
monarchies.
follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Do or Die. That's at DUEORDI. What does this drop today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Today or tomorrow.
I'm at City Winery
Today we
Wednesday.
are better this year.
We are
It
better.
drops today.
It drops today. I'm at City Winery tonight, feature for Adam Conover. So come pull up if you're
There we go.
there. Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun show.
That will be a fun show.
At Dan Dunk. I haven't figured out my hot take cold plunge for the week, so
Those
looking
are
for
great.
ideas.
Oh, send them.
Send them.
Hashtag for the 10.